Want to express your opinion in English without sounding rude? In this lesson, you'll learn the best phrases to agree and disagree politely. Hello and welcome to Hello English, the channel that makes learning English easy and fun.
That's right, I'm Leo.
And I'm Maya. We're so glad you're here with us today. Today, we'll cover 12 key phrases for agreeing, disagreeing, and finding common ground. By the end, you'll handle any discussion with confidence.
I'm ready, Maya. It's important to be respectful, even when you have a different opinion.
That's a great way to put it, Leo. To make our practice realistic, let's pretend we're planning a team event.
Okay, a team event. What's the first idea?
I think we should have a team picnic in the park. It's simple, fun, and gives everyone a chance to relax outside.
That's a wonderful idea. I completely agree.
Perfect. You've just used our first phrase for strong agreement, I completely agree.
It feels very direct and clear.
Exactly. It shows you have the exact same opinion. Now, what if you wanted to make your agreement even stronger?
How would I do that?
You can add an adverb like absolutely. For example, you're absolutely right.
So if you said, a picnic is the best option for the budget, I could say,
You're absolutely right. Try it.
you're absolutely right. A picnic is great for the budget.
Excellent. It's a very strong and positive way to agree.
I like how clear it is. No confusion.
Now let's say I add another detail. We should also organize some team games.
That's a great point. It would make the picnic more interactive.
And you've used our third phrase, that's a great point.
When is it best to use this one?
Use it when you want to show you value someone's specific idea or suggestion. It validates their contribution.
So it's more about their idea than my overall feeling.
Precisely. It shows you are listening carefully to their specific suggestions.
That's a great point. I hadn't thought of it that way.
You're a natural. Now for our last phrase of agreement, imagine I say, I think this event will really boost team morale.
I feel the same way. A relaxing day out would be good for everyone.
Perfect. I feel the same way is used to show you share a similar feeling or emotional response.
It sounds a bit warmer, more personal.
It is. It connects your feelings to their opinion. It builds a strong rapport.
So to recap, we have I completely agree, you're absolutely right, that's a great point, and I feel the same way.
You've got it. 4 excellent ways to show strong, confident agreement.
Now, what happens if I don't agree with an idea? This is the tricky part.
It can be, but that's why we have phrases for disagreeing politely. It's all about being respectful.
Okay, let's continue planning the event. Give me an idea I might not like.
All right, how about this? For the team event, everyone has to participate in a 5-kilometer run.
Oh, well, I see your point about promoting fitness, but a run might be too intense for some people.
And that was perfect. I see your point, but is our first phrase for polite disagreement.
What makes it polite?
It starts by acknowledging their idea. You show you understand their logic, promoting fitness, before you introduce your own concern.
So you validate their idea first.
Exactly. It's a bridge, not a wall. It shows you're listening.
I see your point, but I think it's important to offer an alternative.
An excellent habit. Always try to explain your reasoning.
Okay, what's another way to disagree? Let's say you suggest something, and I'm just not sure.
Let's try this. I think we should make the event a formal dinner at a fancy restaurant.
I'm not so sure about that. It could be quite expensive.
Perfect. I'm not so sure about that is a gentle way to express doubt.
It feels softer than saying I disagree.
It is. It signals hesitation. It says, I have some reservations. Let's discuss this more.
So it opens the door for more conversation.
Yes, it's less direct and invites the other person to provide more information to convince you.
I'm not so sure about that. Just kidding. I understand completely.
Very funny, Leo. Now let's try a phrase that shows empathy.
How so?
It shows you understand the feeling or reasoning behind their idea, even if you disagree with the idea itself.
Okay, give me a scenario.
We should hold the team event on a weekend so it doesn't interrupt our work.
I understand where you're coming from. However, I think people prefer to keep their weekends free for family.
Excellent. You showed you understood my goal, not interrupting work, before presenting a different perspective.
It feels very respectful. You're saying I hear you before you say but.
That's the key. Acknowledging their position makes them more open to hearing yours.
I understand where you're coming from, and I think this phrase is very useful.
Great. Now for our final phrase for disagreeing. This one is quite formal.
Formal is good for professional settings.
Indeed. Imagine I'm your manager and I say, the team event will be a mandatory 2-day workshop.
With all due respect, I think a voluntary social event might be better for morale than a mandatory workshop.
Perfectly executed. With all due respect is a classic way to signal that you are about to disagree with someone in a position of authority.
It sounds very serious.
It is. It's a polite formula that says, I respect you and your position, but I have a different opinion on this matter.
So I probably wouldn't use it with a close colleague?
Probably not. It's best for more formal or hierarchical situations. For a colleague, I see your point, but is often a better choice.
With all due respect, that's a very helpful tip.
You're welcome. Now we've covered agreeing and disagreeing, but what about the space in the middle?
You mean when you don't fully agree or disagree?
Exactly. This is where we find common ground. It's called partial agreement.
Okay, back to our team event. What's the next suggestion?
Let's order pizza for the event. It's easy and everyone likes it.
I agree with you up to a point, but we should also provide some other options for people with dietary restrictions.
Fantastic. I agree with you up to a point, but is the perfect phrase for this.
What does up to a point mean here?
It means you agree with part of the statement, that pizza is easy, but not the whole statement, that everyone likes it.
So I'm separating the good part of the idea from the part I have an issue with.
Precisely. It's a very clear and fair way to partially agree.
I agree with you up to a point, but I think I need more practice.
Of course. Let's try another phrase. I'll say, working from home is always more productive.
That's true, however. It can sometimes be isolating for team members.
Excellent use of that's true, however. You acknowledged the truth in my statement, it can be productive, before adding a counterpoint.
It feels like a balanced way to look at an issue.
It is. It shows you can see both sides of an argument, which is a great skill in any discussion.
So, that's true confirms the valid part of their statement.
Yes, and however smoothly introduces your contrasting idea.
That's true, however. I think the next phrase is waiting for us.
You're right. Let's move on. Here's a new idea for our event. We should do an escape room. It's great for team building.
You have a point there, but we also need to consider that some people might find it stressful.
Perfect. You have a point there, but it's very similar to the last one. It validates their idea first.
What's the difference between that's true and you have a point?
That's true usually agrees with a fact. You have a point agrees with an opinion or a valid argument. It's a subtle difference.
So, escape rooms are good for team building is an argument, not a proven fact.
Exactly. So you have a point there as a perfect fit.
You have a point there. The nuance is important.
It is. And now for our final phrase of the day. Are you ready?
Ready?
We should just give everyone a gift card instead of having an event.
I see what you mean. Although I think the purpose of the event is for us to spend time together as a team.
Wonderful. I see what you mean, although, is a soft and empathetic way to introduce a different goal or perspective.
How is it different from I see your point, but?
It's very similar. Although can sometimes feel a little softer or more formal than but, both are excellent choices.
So it's about showing you understand their logic before presenting your own.
You've got it. Understanding is the first step to a good conversation.
I see what you mean, although I think we've just learned all 12 phrases.
Quick reminder. If you're finding this lesson useful, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel grow. All right, Leo, you've practiced all 12 phrases. Are you ready for a quick quiz to test your knowledge?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Question 1. Which phrase is a more polite way to start a disagreement? A, I disagree, or B, I'm not so sure about that.
I think it's B. I'm not so sure about that.
That is correct. Can you tell me why?
Because it's softer and less direct. It sounds more like you're thinking about it, rather than just rejecting the idea.
Exactly right. It opens a discussion instead of shutting it down. Great start.
Okay, what's next?
Question 2, true or false? When you disagree, it's a good idea to explain why.
That is definitely true.
And why is that?
Giving a reason shows you respect the other person. It proves you listened to their idea and thought about it carefully.
Perfectly explained. It makes your own point more persuasive, too. Ready for the last one?
Yes, let's finish strong.
Question 3 is a fill in the blank. You have O there, but we also need to consider the budget.
The missing word is point. You have a point there.
3 for 3. You've aced the quiz, Leo. That phrase is excellent for showing partial agreement with someone's argument.
Thank you, Maya. This has been incredibly helpful. I feel much more confident now.
That's fantastic to hear. You did a great job today.
So today we learned how to agree confidently.
How to disagree politely.
And how to find common ground by agreeing partially.
And that's all the time we have for today. We hope you learned a lot.
Absolutely. Keep your learning streak going by watching our next lesson on Small Talk right here.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.